Hi, I am Clarissa and I am a YouTuber. I've been doing videos on longevity for a few years now. I do videos on artists that I believe have done a lot in their career, not only for themselves, but to inspire generations in music. I did a video on Eve because I myself didn't know a lot about her, but I knew she made good music because that whole song, Let Me Blow Your Mind, is honestly one of the best songs ever released in the past few generations. So because of that song, I was like, okay, I like this song, but yeah, I don't know anything about her career, nor do I see anyone talk about her career, but she's always considered as like one of the best rappers. One of the main key points that I pointed out in the Eve video was the fact that she was one of the main ladies of Rough Riders, which is a group with DMX and other notable rappers. So to me, I'm like, okay, she must have a lot of respect and she must have good character and she must be a strong woman to be a part of this group, self-proclaiming herself as a pit bull in a skirt. But overall, Eve as an artist, one thing that made her really stand out from other female artists was the fact that she never over-sexualized herself. And she never really cursed in her music, at least from what I heard when I listened to her music. And that's something I liked about her. Her music was really diverse. She could really spit. She didn't need to like throw out profanities or anything about her coochie. She was just really rapping. And no matter what the industry or maybe her group mates told her, she stayed true to herself and in her music. But overall, the main thing to take away was the fact that Eve's collaboration with Gwen Stefani was kind of the main reason why rap and pop crossing over became such a huge thing. It became really popular after Eve dropped that song with Gwen. So even though Eve isn't really credited, she is one of the main reasons why it's become such a norm. My video essay definitely relates to her 25-year anniversary into music. Honestly, even though Eve is such a prominent figure in hip-hop for like the old generation, they won't forget her. I feel like the new generation does not know anything about her. And relaying her history and what she's done for hip-hop, it gives people like me who's still learning and people like you and others a really good insight into her career and how important she was and is. Sometimes I feel like she's a forgotten figure in hip-hop, not because she wasn't a good artist, it's because she doesn't really do a lot of tomfoolery in the media. She's not looking for attention. She doesn't talk about anybody. Even now when she still raps, she still doesn't curse. She keeps everything very mature and classy. She works within an industry, but she's gotten married and she stayed to herself. She doesn't seek attention from other stuff aside from what she feels like is necessary. So in that sense, I think that's why she's somewhat of a forgotten figure. Even though she's not really forgotten, she's kind of in the shadows. But for Eve, her career was magnificent. And it's something that you could dive into at any time. It's something for the new and old generation that if you know, you know. You know she's a great artist. Eve has influenced me in a sense that you don't have to do gimmicks to get attention or anything. You could truly just be yourself and the universe will lay the rocks on the ground for you. Life happens to everybody and not everything is going to go your way. You're supposed to go through life, make mistakes, but learn from it and mature in the best way possible. But the key takeaway is you don't have to change yourself or conform yourself in order to fill the holes along the way. Just keep moving at the path that you're going and things are going to work out in your favor. So in that sense, Eve has influenced me to stay true to yourself.